Okay, so for those that have been following along, for the Easter menu, tonight we're going to be making the lamb, or some lamb, because I wanted you guys to kind of see this process. So you can really use any type of cut of lamb. These here that you can see are the rib chops. So it's essentially just like a rack of lamb that hasn't been Frenched. So what I mean by if it's Frenched, it normally, like a lot of this part will be cut off and you'll end up with just kind of the center kind of loin area there. And then you could just cut it apart. So you could do either one. I bought these as rib chops. We have a mixture of spices here that we're going to be putting on the lamb. So it's kind of some warm spices. You have cinnamon, you've got some smoked paprika, you've got garlic, cumin, a lot of really kind of bold flavors. So probably what I'm going to do is just put some of the spice rub on some of them and then leave some plain for the herb sauce that we're going to be making. So stay with me. Okay, so for these lamb rib chops, I have that spice mix that you guys saw. I just kind of mix it up with my hands here. Just kind of combine it all. And I'm just going to put it on like half of them, I would say. And then we'll leave the other half plain. If this was your big boneless leg of lamb, and you really wanted kind of some nice big flavors, you could certainly do both, the sauce and the spice mix. But for this case, we'll just do both. We'll just do one. We'll just turn them over and make sure it gets on both sides. So we're working on the sauce for the lamb. Now you could do this sauce with steak, so it's totally interchangeable, and this is kind of a variation on our traditional lemon and parsley sauce that we do a lot of Culinary Works. We have the variation here is the fresh oregano. So it's fresh oregano, you can get it at the store, put in your herb garden, it comes back every year. It's a great herb to have. We're gonna chop the oregano nice and fine. Not gonna kill it, but we're gonna chop it pretty well. There's lemon zest right next to that, about 2 teaspoons of lemon zest. Remember, you only want the yellow in the lemon zest, not the white. Okay, so just a little bit more here. And then we're gonna chop up the garlic, and then we'll move on to the parsley. Okay, so Brooke nicely peeled the garlic for me, but they were still kind of round like this. So that's kind of hard when you have about 3 pieces of garlic like that to just go ahead and right in and chop. So it's much easier to just put them all here and crush them up, okay? See how they're nice and flat now? That makes it a lot easier to chop. So now I can go in with the back of the knife. Again, I'm not chopping up here, people. You're back here with the back of the knife, okay? Keep your tip down. And just keep going back and forth. This is gonna get nice and small. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep working on that, but I wanna show you the parsley. Take the parsley, the whole thing. Nice tight ball, nice and compressed, forward and down. Just like this. We're gonna keep going through the whole thing. Almost. Okay, I can get rid of those stems here. Then I can go through one more. We're gonna start with half a lemon here, juiced. So remember, everything we have in here so far, we have the fresh parsley, we have the fresh oregano, we have the garlic, the lemon zest, the lemon juice. Now we're adding olive oil. A lot of olive oil, a lot, because remember, this is gonna be a sauce. We're gonna add a little bit of salt, and we'll add a little bit of crushed red pepper. Okay, I hope you guys have been following through all this kind of back and forth here, but I'm gonna now go ahead and grill the lamb. And we're gonna just do a little bit of salt on both sides. I didn't wanna put the salt on earlier because you don't wanna add the salt too soon because the salt will start drawing out the moisture from the meat. And that moisture will make it steam a little bit more, so you don't want your meat to be wet. You want it to be nice and dry. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then we're gonna go check it on the grill. Okay, so the lamb is about to go on. I have the grill on this area here. It's on high right now, but I'm gonna turn it down. Now, one thing I will say is that lamb equals fat fire, period. All this fat, like look at all that fat. It will flare up. So you can get a water bottle and like spritz it with a little water, like have your kid do that. Hey, fire, fire, like put it out or something, you know, they could help you do that. You could just move it over to another part of the grill where it's not as hot. So it will stop flaring, but we'll see how we do. Roughly for these, you know, kind of average size rib chops here, you're going to figure about 2.5 to 3 minutes per side. for medium rare. I just put them on. Again, as you guys have to be learning by now, there's a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of space in between, right? You can see they're not really touching, and the air will circulate in between. Okay, 3 minutes is up, and that's not too bad of a little fire there. We're going to kind of do some adjusting here. Maybe flip some over. Let's see. The grill wasn't that hot to start, so sometimes when you say 2.5, 3 minutes, it might mean, you know, more like 3.5. So don't feel like it always has to be the exact rules. Okay, so I'm kind of like working this hot spot here, which is really getting me kind of like the nice, good grill marks and extra heat there. I think that I need the Island Grill guys to come clean my grill because it's not getting hot back there. I bet there's debris under that's not allowing the gas to circulate well. Where are they? Okay, so you see here, I took them off. Now, one thing to remember is they are still cooking. So it's called carryover cooking. The bigger like the piece of meat is, or the bigger the piece of protein is, the longer it's going to kind of continue to cook. If you're to cover these right now, they're going to really cook even more. So I would say don't cover them. Get your sauce ready and serve them. So I'm going to show you how to do the sauce now. Okay, so you have the lamb here. We put it on a platter, and we have our herb sauce that we made. So I would actually just put it like right on the chops. Just like that. And then I would put a little feta on top. Or, which we've done before, you can actually kind of just mix the feta right in the sauce. So just put some feta literally like kind of in the sauce like that. And then pour that, you know, directly on the chops. So again, the sauce is optional. The rub is optional. These are delicious even if you just did salt and pepper. So don't feel like you have to do all this craziness and make the sauce and make the rub. Just do salt and pepper, about, you know, an average 3 minutes per side. Let them sit and enjoy it. Okay, take a look. It's messy, but it's delicious.